Although online access and services have opened up a world of possibility for what we can do, we also need to talk about some certain issues with this online access. Passwords are something that is needed in order to provide security to access our email accounts, banking information, and a lot of other different services that we use online. Proper password security, on the other hand, is something that is sometimes lacking. If a password is too simple, an easily guessable word in the dictionary, it is something that can be hacked or figured out in a very short manner of time. Passwords should be complex enough so that it would be difficult for someone to guess or for someone to crack using a program. Passwords that are considered too simple are ones that include words that could be found in the dictionary, calendar dates, and sticking to only lowercase letters. A more complex password would add to a higher level of security for that account. These are passwords that include a multitude of different types of characters and cases. They would include lowercase and uppercase, numbers, and also special characters like exclamation marks, asterisks, or slashes. They would not use dictionary words, but are an assortment of these characters in something that would be much more challenging to crack. It also consists of more than 8 characters. The more characters that are used for a password, the harder it would be to guess or to crack by someone who is trying to figure out how to get into an account. Along with passwords, we also have network security. Whether this is at home, in a small office setting, or in a large company, we want to ensure that our work is as secure as possible. There are different ways to maintain security. We discussed a few of them in our previous unit. One was through creating a firewall. A firewall is something that can help prevent access from getting out, but also prevent access from getting in. It is also important to make sure that within a network, we are providing a secure password to access that network in order to make sure that other people can't access the network who should not have access. There can be different things on our network that might be more important to protect than others. For example, if a network contains valuable or confidential data, we would want to make sure that this is something that could not easily be accessed by someone who should not have that access. With much of our lives now online, another issue with online access and services is identity theft. Identity theft is where someone gains enough information about who we are and information about our lives that they are able to assume our identity online. This includes who we are, what we do, how we think, and what we say, but also represent us in banking transactions, in confidential data, in emails, and other things that might put us in a compromised spot. Identity theft is considered a crime, and it is something that unfortunately can be hard to piece our reputation back together once the damage has been done. This is something where we really need to protect ourselves. We need to think about what information we are putting online and how secure we are making our accounts in order to prevent someone from getting information about us that could lead to them assuming our identity. The final issue that we are going to talk about with online access is the permanence of information on the internet. What we put on the internet stays there. Even things that we think might be on the internet for only a brief period of time are things that are stored in a server somewhere in the world. This is something that is very important. What we say or what we do now, 5 years ago or 5 years from now, is still going to be there. We need to be careful about what we say and post. We need to think about how our words and how our online actions reflect who we are. Is what we do online going to affect a future job opportunity? Are our words going to come back 10, 15, 20 years from now and influence our workplace, our friends, or our family? Are your future grandchildren going to be reading some of the text messages and social media interactions that you are having with people now? And if so, would you be ashamed by what they are reading? It is important for us to think about how what we put on the internet is kept there. Even if we delete it, oftentimes there are recorded instances of it on servers somewhere around the world that we may never have access to. Technology is an exciting thing, but with online access connecting people through the internet, there are also certainly concerns that we need to keep in mind to safeguard ourselves against potential issues.